A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a dramatic turn of events, President Donald Trump has officially signed the One Big, Beautiful Bill into law at the White House on July 4th, amidst a whirlwind of negotiations and political maneuvering. The bill, which boasts a staggering $1.7 trillion in spending cuts, has been described by Trump as a landmark achievement, one that many might not even notice in their day-to-day lives. However, the journey to this moment was far from straightforward, as Congress raced against an arbitrary deadline that they themselves imposed. The signing ceremony was a spectacle, complete with a flyover of B-2 bombers, showcasing the administration's flair for optics. The political drama unfolded on Capitol Hill as congressional leaders scrambled to finalize the bill in the days leading up to the deadline. On June 28th, the Senate advanced the bill, but not without a full reading of its nearly 1,000 pages on the Senate floor, ordered by Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer. This was followed by a grueling 24-hour vote-a-rama, during which Senate Majority Leader John Thune and GOP leaders were busy trying to secure the votes of potential holdouts, including Senators Rand Paul, Susan Collins, Tom Tillis, and Lisa Murkowski. Murkowski's support proved crucial, and she made her reservations about the legislation known. Nonetheless, she ultimately decided to back the bill, which resulted in a 50-50 tie in the Senate. Vice President J.D. Vance cast the deciding vote, sending the legislation back to the House for further deliberation. However, House members were not pleased with the Senate's version of the bill, feeling rushed and frustrated that they had invested 4 months into negotiations only to be presented with a different proposal. Tensions were high as moderates and conservatives within the House clashed over the changes made by the Senate. The House leadership was eager to expedite the process, but many members voiced their concerns about not having enough time to review the bill. Representative Ralph Norman of South Carolina expressed the sentiment of many when he stated that it was unreasonable to pass a bill that no one had read. In a bid to rally support, President Trump hosted meetings with both moderate and conservative members of the House. The moderates were more amenable to persuasion, with Representative Dusty Johnson praising Trump's ability to close deals. However, conservatives remained skeptical, feeling the pressure to ensure their concerns were addressed. Some members described the atmosphere as one that could lead to a jailbreak of dissent against the bill. Despite the chaos, the White House worked diligently to alleviate conservative fears, with OMB Director Russ Vought playing a key role in assuring members that the administration would take action to curb government spending in the future. As the clock ticked down, the House finally secured the necessary votes, and after a tense moment of voting, the bill was sent to the president's desk. While the July 4th deadline was self-imposed, the pressure was palpable as the government faced a looming debt limit crisis. The passage of the bill included significant wins, such as over $150 billion allocated for border security and the prevention of a massive tax hike. However, the process has left many House members feeling frustrated with the Senate's influence and the compromises made along the way. In a surprising twist, the bill also introduced a controversial provision affecting professional poker players, who are now facing higher tax payments on their losses. This aspect of the legislation has sparked outrage within the gambling community, as players fear it could jeopardize their livelihoods. For decades, players who broke even or lost money were not taxed, but the new law alters that dynamic, allowing only a 90% deduction on losses. This means that even players with significant losses could find themselves owing taxes on a portion of their income. As the poker community rallies against this provision, lawmakers like Representative Dina Titus have noted an uptick in constituent outrage over these gambling regulations, emphasizing the need for fair treatment of both professional and recreational players. The One Big, Beautiful Bill may have been a legislative victory for the Trump administration, but it has also raised questions about the implications of its provisions and the ongoing challenges within Congress. The coming months will reveal how these changes will impact both the political landscape and the lives of everyday Americans. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.